count down my most expensive mistakes. Okay, it's not number 6, but it's basically like an honorable mention, and that's like $200 trailer jacks. Like one time I was doing like some kind of trailers and the jack broke, so that happens. Like it was a $300 some other thing or other. That's basically number 6 is a bunch of little ones that didn't make the cut, but there's just a ton of little things here and there. Scratches on bumpers, stuff like this, just a bunch of little tiny things that happen. Number 5. It was, I gotta keep looking. Number 5 was, I was brand new and I had only the regular ramps. I didn't have an air ride trailer. I was just starting out, and I was driving a car onto the trailer and ended up hitting the exhaust. And I hit the exhaust and it was $700 to fix the exhaust. So the car was only paying like $400, but because I clipped the exhaust, it was $700 in, and that's fine. The deductible on the insurance was $1,000, so I paid out of pocket for it, $700. Didn't even want to bother with the insurance. I paid them what they wanted. So did I get ripped off? I don't know, but they told me it's $700, and so I paid for it. Number 4, it was $1,100 boat cover. I was transporting a boat, and the cover was flapping in the wind. Ended up ripping the cover, and it was $1,100. I believe the boat was paying like $3.5 grand. So basically no profit on that load. It happens. Number 3, it's not necessarily a claim or a ditch, and but I got stuck in a ditch, had to call two tow trucks, and it was like $1,200 in towing. That sucks. Number 2 was, I had oil bearings, right? Oil bath bearings. And because on a single wheel trailer, it flexes more, your rear seal always fails. And for some reason, mine failed again, and all my oil leaked out, and I didn't notice on my tire pressure and monitoring in time. What ends up happening was, it got too hot and the whole hub exploded. Well, when my wheel flew off and landed on the road, somebody driving behind me crashed into it. And he was driving an older car, and that totaled his car. I didn't want to get insurance involved, and I told him, at first I told him, like, go get it repaired, go get it inspected, tell me what you think, and tell me what the damage is, I'll pay out of pocket. Well, he took it to the shop, and in the meantime, he got a rental, and so I told the shop, I'm like, guys, how much damage are we looking at? They're like, way too much. It's a total. I'm like, okay, how much is the car worth? We basically settled on $3,200. I paid him out of pocket, and then I paid for the $900 car rental, so that's $4,100. And then I had to pay the shop $150 or something like that. And basically, it comes out like just over $4,000. Okay. So $4,100, right? But that's what I paid out. That doesn't include the almost $4,000 in maintenance. Like, not in maintenance, but I had to get a new axle because of it. I had to get new wheels, new brakes, and all this other stuff. So that doesn't include, so technically this was like an $8,000 bill, but I just put it as number 2 because technically I paid out for the claim $4,200. So okay, and then number 1 most expensive, I don't know, I wouldn't say claim, I guess. Now the list is kind of messed up. But number 1 most expensive, I don't know, Hotshot fail, I don't know, was, okay, in a lot very similar to this, where it's 2 sides, right? Semi-truck facing each other, right? So I'm facing them, they're facing me. In a very similar lot, I decided it would be a brilliant idea to do a U-turn. So what ends up happening is my trailer, right, just like this, you see where my axles are, right, way up there. Well, I did a U-turn in a tight spot, and this swung out, right? So the semi-trucks are facing each other. I pull alongside, swing a U-turn, and end up clipping the hood on a semi-truck. And like this is just what you learn, you know what I mean? And so clipping the dude's hood, it was, what a good company. And they were able to give me a payment plan, and it was $5,600, $5,600 to get a new hood, get a painted hood, you know what I mean, on their semi. $5,600. So, and I probably forgot a couple of things, but I just remember that this was one of the biggest ones, $5,600. And again, I paid out of pocket for it. He did a payment plan for me, and so that's why it's kind of like, dude, have some money in the savings. Don't be paycheck to paycheck when you get into this, like, because things go south, you know. Even for someone like me, you know, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but still, it's just like, man, some of those could have been avoided, and some of them couldn't. But still, dude, it goes to show you that stuff, like, bad things happen to everyone, or unfortunate things happen to good people. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm a good guy, but you know, I work hard and things happen, basically. So that's why, just be smart when you're getting into this. You know, if it's better safe than sorry is a good motto to live by in hotshot trucking. So what do you guys think? Is this a little more than normal for someone that's been only doing this for 3.5, almost 4 years? I think so. It's a little more than normal. I could have been smarter, you know, and some of these cost me my job, some didn't. You know, I was an owner operator, so I had to switch to a different company, and so that's why it's kind of like, man. But the reason I just was thinking about this was because, you know, I was just like not hanging out, but I'm just like in the truck stop, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, how far have I come? You know, how much growth have I personally experienced in my own life through this? And so I was just reflecting on that, and that's why it's kind of like, yeah. So I don't know what the moral of the story is, but you know, obviously I don't want you guys to count down in the comments, but you know, just let me know in the comments, like, have you had things like this where, you know, failures or unfortunate things happen to you? Let me know. Is this a little more than normal for most people? Also let me know, and then shoot, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.